Good evening. My name is Art Norman from Channel 5 News, former Chicago president of the National Association of Black Journalists, a member of Omega Psi Phi, and 100 Black Men in Chicago.
Oh, Art, you make the world feel wonderful. Thank you so much. Thank you all for being here tonight. We are just so proud to have so many of you in attendance. I stand in the place of our board chair, Mel Brooks. Many people have come and said to me, I give money to HSI because I like Donald Duke. And you know, that's pretty powerful stuff. Thank you all again for coming out. I'd really like to bring to you Donald, who is kind of the impetus for what we do and how we do it. I think you guys all know him, and like you, love him as much as I do.
Good evening, family, friends, guests, and supporters. It is indeed my pleasure and my honor to share this moment with you this evening. I mean, this is just beautiful. I mean, so we cannot go any further without paying homage and libation to our ancestors. So I've asked Dr. Carol Adams, the former president and CEO of this august institution, to please lead us in our libation.
This work would not be possible without some of the people who started organizations in the city of Chicago when there were no Black-led social service agencies who got any funding at all and who were prepared to move us forward by offering their assistance, their expertise, their professionalism. If you know some of those early people, the founders of organizations like the Association of Black Social Workers and everything, I'm thinking particularly too of Warner Saunders and his work at the Better Boys Foundation.
And the award reads, Habilitative Systems, Inc. Race and Health Equity Award is presented to Dr. David Ansel, MD, Senior Vice President and Associate Provost for Community Health Equity, Rush University Medical Center, December 8, 2022.
As Donald mentioned, David has been doing this work for a long time, He has a bias for action. He started off at Cook County, he was at Sinai, and then moved on to Rush to help shift their focus and mission to one of health equity, and he continues that fight today. So thank you, and on behalf of him, I'm honored to accept this award.
Thank you. I would be remiss if I did not take the opportunity to recognize and to award my friend, my colleague, this award this evening for the fantastic job that he's doing, and I know he'll continue to do. Mr. Jose Sanchez.
You know, I found great people here who actually joined me to work on the things that I have a passion for, which is basically making a difference in people's life, especially people who need health care.
I've just been informed that Congressman Davis has arrived.
Don't let me just commend and congratulate you for the tremendous work that you at HSI have done.
So let's welcome Dr. Kimbra Bell.
So good evening. I am honored and humbled to have been chosen to receive Habilitative Systems, Inc. Health Equity Award. Thank you. I would like to share a quote from Habilitative Systems CEO, Mr. Donald Duke, that has resonated with me deeply, and you heard him say this earlier, but I want to share it again. Let's listen really closely. And I quote, "Across virtually every health metric, communities of color suffer disproportionately from higher rates of chronic disease, acute ailments, and mental illness. This is the result of historic disinvestments, generational trauma, and structural racism. The good news is that we have warriors for health justice working tirelessly every day as catalysts for change."
Welcome, Deborah Carey.
I do want to thank the board of HSI as well as the executive team and all of the staff and all of you for also being here tonight because of the topic, if not so much because of me and receiving an award, because I think your presence here this evening says a lot about what you're committed to, and that's what I've been trying to be committed to my entire career.
Adrian Hermer, if you could please come forward.
I think it's really wonderful to share space with each and every one of you who goes to work every day and works to subvert the will of broken systems each and every day. on this path that is equity building.
And understand, 43, 44 years of HSI, they've had 2 executive directors, 2 CEOs, both visionaries, both Morehouse men. You had Larry Bird, who was the founder, and I was the chairman of the board. Larry died at a young age, 39 years old. When he died, we had to decide, well, where do we go from here? His second in command was Donald Duke. And there was a lot of folks said, well, Donald's a young man, he might not be ready. Donald was ready, more than ready.
I got to do my part. The team at HSI, we've got to do our part. We understand that we've got to battle, for the rights of persons who challenge with behavioral health conditions. That's our task right now.